What's up guys, this is Josh from KeepItTechie, and today I wanted to do a quick video showing you guys the programming language Go. So as I stated in the intro of the video, I want to talk about a programming language called Go. Now this programming language has been around for a while. It was actually created by Google back in 2009, and it's starting to pick up a little traction, and I just wanted to show you guys how to actually install it on Ubuntu. So let's say you want to use Linux as your operating system, but you're considered a programmer. And I had a question down in one of the comments where someone was asking what's the best distribution to use for programming. And to answer that question is it really doesn't matter, because you can install all these different programming languages and learn how to actually, use them on any Linux distribution. You can install all the libraries like Python, for instance. Python is one of the most popular programming languages that are out there right now. You can install it on any Linux distribution, and there's the libraries and everything can be installed. So I just wanted to go through and show you guys a quick video, and this is Go, which is a little bit different from Python. Obviously it's a different programming language like I stated, but this one, is starting to kind of move up the scale as far as good programming languages to learn. So I just wanted to kind of highlight this one. I'll start going through and doing a little bit more on programming languages and start showing you guys how to install them on different distributions. But let's start off with Go. Let's go down and get to a virtual machine so I can show you guys how to actually install it and then how to use it. So let's get started. Okay, cool. So the first thing I wanted to do was go to the website for Go, and just to provide a little information on the actual programming language. But it says Go is an open source programming language that makes it easy to build simple, reliable, and efficient software. And you can quickly download it from here. It's cross-platform. You can install it on Linux, Mac OS, Windows, and more. And there's various information, articles, feature videos on the project. But I just wanted to show you guys, this is the documentation. So you go here, this will give you a detailed guide on how to actually install it depending on your distribution or operating system. And then there's some tutorials on getting started, and all that good stuff, creating modules and everything like that. But if we go back to the home page, there was one thing I wanted to show you guys. This actually shows you how to actually try it. So you can go in and actually edit the code and run the code here, and it'll give you out the information that you change into the actual code. So, and if we click over here on the project, this gives you a little bit more information. This is what I kind of want to read for you guys. It says Go is an open source project developed by a team at Google and many contributors from the open source community. Go is distributed under the BSD style license. And then here is the release history. So as you can see, Go 1 was actually released back in March of 2012. So this programming language has actually been around for a while. It's just fairly young compared to a lot of the other languages like Java, Python, and C and C++. It's fairly young. It's very young compared to those programming languages. But now that we read a little bit about it, let's go down and show you guys how to install it. And let me go over to my virtual machine right fast so you guys can go through and see how to actually install it. Now I already have the website up and running, or the website up, and the way you install it, I'll just walk you guys through it. They do have instructions, but I'll walk you guys through it this way. So let's see, download Go. All you have to do is hit download Go. So you can copy the Linux one, just hit copy link location. That should work. And then what we want to do is open up the terminal. I'm gonna make the terminal super big so you guys can actually see what I'm doing. So let's zoom in a little bit, and we can roll like this. And the command I'm going to use to actually download the Tor file is sudo wget, which should be installed on this distribution. Yes, and it is. And we're going to paste that link in there, and that's all we need to do to download the package. And right now it's going to download in my home directory, so let's go down and do that and go through. It'll just download the actual package. And I know I could have clicked on it. I'm just so used to working with servers and just downloading stuff from the command line. That's why I went out and opened up the terminal. But you could have easily just clicked the link and it would have downloaded the tar file for you. So let's go down and minimize this and go back to the command line. Okay, so the next thing we could do is actually make sure you're in the directory, and we know we're in the directory. I could just ls it. I downloaded it to my home directory, so we know it's there. But now we have to extract the tar file, and I'll show you guys how to do that. And if you guys have any question on how to use the tar command, I did a video on working with compressed files on my channel, so just search my channel for tar and you should be able to get examples on how to use it. But I'll just give you this one right here. So it's sudo tar and then -c, and what I want to do is extract it to a specific location. I'm gonna extract it under the user directory and then local, and that's good right there. And then we could put a couple other options, so we can go X, Z, and F, and then let's select the actual archive that we want to extract, and let's press enter, and this will extract it to that location. Now the next thing you want to do is go down and add the binary to your bashrc, and this is something you want to do in order to actually use the programming language directly from the command line. So let's go down and do that. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just simply open up the bashrc file and add the path to the actual Go binary directory. So let's I'm gonna just use just to make it simple, instead of like catting it out or whatever. I'll just go down and open up my bashrc and just show you what I'm gonna do. So let's go nano, and then with the bashrc you actually own it, so you don't have to type sudo or anything. You actually own the bashrc file, and I apologize for that, but bashrc is actually hidden, so you have to put the dash in front of it, the dot in front of it, in order to open it up. It's a hidden file. All hidden files on Linux, if you didn't know, have a dot in front of it or a period in front of it. So let's go down and open it up, and then what we're going to do is just go down to the bottom of the bashrc file and add that location to it. So let's just type export and then path and then equals, and then let's go down and type in path again and then colon, and then let's put the path in there. So user local go, and then bin, the other directories, or the directory under there is bin. That's the one you want to add as the path. So we can go down and do Control X and then Y to save our changes and press enter. And after you do that, you have to run the source command just to verify that everything is right. So source, and then let me show you another way to look at the home directory. And then / and then bashrc, boom, press enter. And if you don't get any output, then that verifies that the path that you put in there was correct, as well as there's no syntax errors whenever you run that. Because if you had syntax errors, let's say you had, because I know I've worked with some paths that you had to add into your bashrc where you need quotes in certain instances, and if you have like the wrong quote or you don't close out your quotes, then it'll give you an error on your bashrc file. So now let's go down and test to make sure Go is working. And one thing we could do is just by looking at the version of Go that we have, and it's a lot of commands in here, and I'll show you some of them. So let's go Go version, and this should work. And yes, it works. So Go version, Go 1.156 Linux AMD, and if you check that out on the website that we had open, that's the correct version that we have on there. So the 1.15.6. So good to go. And I wanted to show you that way on purpose because I know for sure you can actually install this from the Snap Store. But I want you guys to kind of see how to actually do it by downloading it directly from the website. So okay, and one thing I want to do is actually test out the code. And I accidentally closed out the terminal, but let's go on and open it back up. And what I wanted to do was copy some of the Go language examples that they have on the website. So I'm gonna just strictly copy their code that they created, and let's minimize it. And one thing I wanted to show you guys was Atom, which is, you know, an application that allows you to manage, you know, programming projects. You know, you can even edit websites and all that stuff on there. And I did a video on this before, but let's see, I'm not gonna go through the welcome me. I'm gonna just go on and create a project. So I'm gonna add a folder, and then let's go to my documents and let's create a folder right fast, and let's just name it Go Projects and press enter. And then what I want to do is go on and create a file under here. So let's go new file, and let's name it Go Test and .go, and that's the actual extension that you need to use for a Go file. So just so you guys know that all the Go files are actually called that, so you have to put the extension on the end of Go. So let's go down and press Control S, and that actually saved it. And if we look under this Go Projects folder, you'll see that we have this Go Test file in there that we created with the Go code. So let's see if this actually works, because I'm not even sure if this is gonna work, but let's cd to that directory. So let's go backslash, let's go projects, let's see ls, let's see if it's in here. Oh, I forgot it's under documents. So let's go to documents and then Go Projects and press enter. And the way you run a Go file is simply by typing Go and then run and then the actual file name. So this was Go Test.go, and let's see if it actually runs this code. Press enter. And that's super cool right there. Yeah, that's dope right there. And I'm not sure if this is gonna keep looping. Oh, it's not. Okay, that's cool. And I'm not actually sure what this code was supposed to do. Let me actually go back to the website and see what it is. It basically says the Conway's Game of Life, and I'm gonna run it over here just to see what it shows. And it actually shows the same exact thing. Now let's go on and try a different one right fast. So Fibonacci closure, let's type that in and see what it actually does. So this can kind of give you examples, you know, that can teach you how to actually use the Go language. So if you guys are learning it, you know, these are some of the, you know, examples that you can play around with just to understand how different functions work, which is what they're using in a lot of these cases. So let's go on and run this one as well and see what it actually do. So we can run that exact same code, boom, and that actually ran the code. So I'm not sure what it's supposed to be doing, if it's supposed to give you a specific result. I'm not sure about these functions in this one, and what is that actually supposed to do. Successive Fibonacci numbers, so that's cool. Fib returns a function that returns successful Fibonacci numbers. Okay, so that makes sense. Now let's run another one right fast. I just want to run one more just so you guys can, I don't know, kind of see something different. And actually it was one I seen, it said tree comparison. I really want to see what this one does. So let's go down and copy this code and go back to Atom, Control A, Control V, and Control S, and then let's go down and go back to the command line and run this code, see what it does. True some content, false differing size, false differing values, false dissimilar. So I'm not sure what you're supposed to change, or if you're supposed to go in and change some of this stuff. But if we go, I guess, back up to the top, it says Go Concurrency primitives makes it easy to express concurrent concepts such as this binary tree comparison. So trees may be of different shapes but have the same content. For example, this program compares a pair of trees by walking each in its own Go routine, sending their content through a channel to a third Go routine that compares them. Okay, so it's basically taking those two and getting the results for both of them and then running through another Go procedure and comparing it at the end. So that's super cool in it, and I guess based on the results, that's what it'll give you. But that's super cool right there. I just wanted to give you guys a brief overview on how to actually use it. But if you need to use this, if you need to remove this application, you could just remove that location and then go into your bash RC and actually remove that change that we made to add the location for the Go directory under user local. And I hope this was a good video for people that are trying to get into programming or trying to learn the Go language. I'm not a programmer by trade. I don't do that in my day-to-day position, but I do understand the concepts of programming and how to actually write some small stuff. Like I understand bash and I understand like VBA on the Windows side, where I've actually developed applications. And programming can be fun, but it also can be tedious, and it's kind of hard to learn a programming language if you don't have a end goal, in my opinion. So if you're trying to learn programming, just find one of these projects out here and look at someone that's writing in that actual language and see if you can modify the code or recreate something that they wrote, because you got to have some type of goal at the end of the day to kind of master the programming language. You can understand the syntax, you can learn the concepts, but until you apply it to a particular program or something that you're actually building, then you can quickly lose the knowledge that you learned on that programming language. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Again, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And of course, keep it techie.